I actually wrote that about someone that I had a crush on for so long that, like, I never actually met. And, like...
That you never actually met?
Yes. And that notion of this person doesn't know I exist, has no clue, no idea, it made me feel like a psycho. I was like, am I psycho? Am I crazy? Hello, everybody. My name is Laya. You might have heard of me. You might not have, but you know now. I've got a new project out called Bet That. It slaps. Play it straight through. Nyla, we need to talk.
What's up, guys? Nyla Symone here from We Need to Talk. As you know, we drop 2 interviews a week, each and every Monday and each and every Thursday. Brand new exclusive content from your favorite celebrities, influencers, whoever. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything that we have going on. And make sure you guys just share, tell a friend to tell a friend, drop a comment, show your girl some love, all right? What's going on, guys? Nyla Symone here with another episode of We Need to Talk. And I have a very special guest in the building. R&B superstar. Laya is here.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm really, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
Man, we see each other all the time outside.
Yeah.
We've partied, we've hung out, we've twerked together, but we have not done an interview.
No. So it's about time.
This is long overdue.
Yes.
Yes. But I will say, I first got introduced to you through my friend Daffy, and I was like, oh my God, this girl is a vibe with your Sailor Moon project.
Yes.
That one, I was sold.
Thank you.
But now you're back with Bet That.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk to me about, I guess, where you are now from Sailor Moon to now Bet That.
Well, oh my gosh. Okay, it's been a lot. Sailor Moon was actually originally like released after the first time I dropped Hello. It wasn't even initially on my first EP, and then boom, 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 I got the attention of...
Oh my God, you're such a New Yorker. Boom, boom, boom,
So, boom, 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 got the attention of some labels, ended up getting signed, re-released the EP, and they decided to add Sailor Moon to that.
Okay.
As well as, like, Crazy Down and Bitter, a couple other things. So, yeah, Hello was really just, like, getting people's attention. Daffy, or... Dante Carter, y'all, and
Who's
his partner.
Dante?
right. Who is it? No, but him and his partner, Chad Paul, they produce all my stuff. So when we came together and made Hello, I mean, we were really just trying to get the world's attention and be like, oh, like, we're fire, like, we could do like fire shit and whatever. And then now, like, now that we've gotten the people's attention and we kind of are starting to break through a little bit, Bet That is really more of a statement, kind of just like, all right, Bet That, like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, now that you see me, I'm gonna let you know how I feel. Like, I got lots to say.
Yeah.
So that's like the contrast between like Sailor Moon and like all those songs previously to now.
Okay, I would say Calling Me. Calling Me. That is my like probably favorite record by you.
Thank you.
So far, I know your catalog is gonna be extensive.
Yeah, and that one feels good. That was actually the last song that I made for that last EP.
Really?
Like, it was like a last minute thing. It just kind of happened, and yeah. Oh, and speaking of Daffy / Dante Carter, he's actually singing in that choir and chorus.
No!
He's one of our layer of voices, so that's like a fun fact. Yeah, he's in there calling me. We needed a baritone. So he's got like the good baritone voice. I was like, he's like, Dante, I need you to do this.
You know what? I actually love that. When I was listening to I Ain't Playing, when you said Daffy and Keys told me to put some flames up on it, I was like, yo, this is so fire because I know who she's talking about. Like, oh my God, like, turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the chemistry that you guys have. But let's start with the title track, Bet That. We don't discuss shit at the function. It's on site. That's word to pop. Like, no words I get to snuffing. Goodbye, bitch, when you drop. I had no idea Laya was really a R&B gangster. I had no idea. Who pissed you off?
Oh man. There's a handful of people. But definitely, yeah, it was definitely, I ain't gonna give them the press, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely somebody really worked at my nerve and really, really tried me and really tested me. And To this day, I mean, I've never saw this person ever again, so
okay,
that's why that was like
Good.
that was like the energy of like, all right, well, if I see you, it's on sight. And the No Words actually is a reference to a track that was on the original Hello EP called No Words, which was literally about beating a girl up. Like it was an R&B song about beating a girl up. Because you tried me and I'm tired. And I'm not even going to say the song's called No Words because it's like...
I don't got shit to say, bitch.
I don't talk. I'm just going to go crazy.
Where you from?
I'm from Staten Island. Staten Island, New York. Which is why we always had to fight because everybody always want to test us and try us. And like, oh, Staten Island. You from Staten Island. And it's like, yeah, I'm from Staten Island. Like, you know.
I watched the Wu-Tang series, so I fuck with Staten Island.
I wish more people would watch that just to put things in context.
Yeah.
Because people just don't know about Staten Island because it's like, they're like, oh, I gotta take a boat to get out there. So they like get discouraged. And
I'm still not fucking with the boat, dog.
No,
to be honest.
Listen, hey. Listen. I will be honest and say to you and to everybody, like, you're not missing anything per se. Like, It's just like, I barely went to Queens like all my life until like I grew up. And then when I went to Queens, I was like, this is Staten Island. Like, it's the same.
LOL.
I was like, this is so... Y'all been shitting on Staten Island. I went to Queens and I was like, this is basically... And the same thing, like, if you don't have a reason to go to Queens, like, why are you going to Queens?
This is true.
You live in Queens or you know somebody live in Queens.
When I moved here, I moved to Queens. I love Queens. I do. But I like that everything by car. You know what I mean?
Okay,
but I can still take the train to the city.
Okay. We just don't have a straight, direct train to get to the city.
And that is the problem. It's been a long time.
Listen, I think it was like the mob or something. They just, was like, we don't want all of them coming over here. Like, let's just...
It does seem like peaceful.
It depends on, you know what I'm saying? It depends on the neighborhood. But, some of it is very, Jersey Shore-ish-esque. And then, like, other parts is not. It's very Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Like, I grew up in, like, Park Hill, Stapleton, like, kind of, like, right in the middle. So... if you watch the show, like Stapleton Park Hill is always like beefing. Mm-hmm. I lived like literally like within the blocks of. I used to call it like Stapleton Hill, and whatever. But yeah, the hood. So
is the beef still living on, or did Wu-Tang squash that?
Okay, I don't know. I know when I was like young in high school, it was definitely still a thing. Like
what?
But like like young kids,
but it's like fake.
Oh, we don't fuck with them over there.
It's like Harlem and Brooklyn. It's like,
but they're neighborhoods. That's different. Like okay. Granted, even those neighborhoods, but they're very far away. When I tell you Stapleton and Park Hill are like Soho in the West Village, and not even really. It's like it's like y'all are down the block from each other. Like what are you talking about? Beef? Like y'all go to the same supermarket. Like
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually same schools.
Yeah, same. Y'all are zoned for the same schools. Yeah, like, what are we talking about?
That's silly.
But anywho, yeah,
Staten Island.
Yeah, I'm from a rough neighborhood, but I'm soft.
No, you not, girl. I heard snuffing No Words, bitch, when you drop. I was like, oh my God, Laya.
But yeah, so that's what it was. It was a reference like, okay, no words, goodbye, bitch, when you drop. So like for the ones who knew, that was smart, it was like a little
double entendre. We see
play.
you. Okay, and why is it that all the R&B girlies be gangster as hell? Because, they call Monica Gunica. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is Laya's gangster name? What's up, guys? I'm Nyla Symone, and I hope you're enjoying this interview. If you are, just do me a favor. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Follow the channel. We gotta come up with that. Little tush. Yeah. I don't like that. That's not hard. Tush.
Yeah, little tush.
Let the comments decide. In the comment section, drop below. We need to give Laya a gangster name after hearing this Bet That album. If you haven't already, make sure you guys do. And then Slide. You're telling a nigga pretty much to get to stepping.
Yeah, or anybody really. It's like, if it ain't nothing, you should get on and slide. If it ain't nothing, don't say nothing. And so it wasn't a lot of. I think there's maybe 2 records on this whole project that are actually intended about like a guy.
Something okay.
Yeah, a lot of these records are either they're just about other people in general. It could be man, woman, whomever got me fucked up. Essentially, it's like that's who I'm talking to. So it's like, bitch, you could get on this line. Like, I don't talk about me, and that was just another one of those things where it was like, I love keeping my circle real cute and like just comfortable, safe. Yeah, good energy. And don't bring that shit over here. Like, you can slide. Like, don't don't come and fuck with my equilibriums.
I understand that. I love in I Ain't Playing That. You said, I was talking about, I already said it, the Daffy and Keys line. Mm-hmm. I love that. But with F'd Up, I was like, damn, now this song, she must have, like, somebody pissed her off and she ran to the booth. I'm assuming.
Well, it was one of those records that, like, it kind of just poured out of me. Like, it was very easy for me, like, in a sense of, like, when they sent the beat, like, I just immediately, like, heard it and was like, I knew what I wanted to do with it, and it just kind of, like, poured out. And I had the song, the first verse and second verse done, and then my A&R had actually asked me, she was like, can you put a bridge on this? And I was like, yeah. Like, and then, but what's funny is because I think, like, the first two verses, I'm, like, talking about two completely different people and circumstances, and then by the time we came back around, they're like, all right, put a bridge on it. It was like I was talking about someone. Now, by that point, someone else totally had me fucked up. So it was like, it was just like layers of fucked upness that was happening.
Why are so many people pissing you off?
Listen, it's hard out here. Okay, listen, I will say, at least just in a general career standpoint, like this past year, I had the privilege of meeting Missy. But one of the things that she told me that has haunted me, like, ever since, was that, you know, as a creative, she was basically like, you know, keep your 10 toes down. They're not going to understand you. It's going to be like a constant fight. Like, you know, you're going to be where you are creatively, and everyone else has to catch up, and they're not going to understand what you're talking about. Yeah. So I did experience a lot of these different, like, trial and error situations, you know, within the past year or so of, I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm doing, and trying to get everyone else to understand that. And then they don't either trust it or they just don't get it, but then they get it later on. And it's like, yo, y'all got me fucked up. Like, I'm trying to...
Because you're trying to move.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to do things. And granted, and I say that also to say that it's not like, you know, their intentions are, everybody has the same, you know, they're all the goals are in alignment. You know, everybody wants everything to go, you know, and they all have the best of intentions, but, yeah, I think just creatively, like, those words have just haunted me. She's like, she was telling me how, she had wanted to break into working into, like, Afrobeat, like, long before it started, like, taking off. And that, like, you know, her people or whatever that she was working with were just like, Missy, like, like on some man, like, you don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, yeah, and look at it, look at everything now.
I know.
Right. And so how, you know,
being ahead of the curve creatively,
yeah,
can be lonely because you're the only one who understands. You're a creative.
Yeah. Or not even the only one who understands it, but the only one who's brave enough to do it and go with it and trust it. Because, you know, when you have, like, when I was independent, I mean, it was all just whatever I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it.
Right.
And then once you have, like, a team and, you know, a whole bunch of people and a whole lot of red tape to go through, it's a lot more opinions. And those are the things. And again, everyone is working, you know, to do the best they can. But, yeah, like, getting to a place where they understand me creatively or that they trust me creatively, which we've gotten to now, I can say. I feel like we're at a really good space. But it took some time to get there. And I think a lot of, like, these records and a lot of these things was, like, very, like, like, I just want to, like, scream. So, yeah.
I was cracking up at, it's hard for your mind and soul to be intact when you're angry. So, I don't believe you. That's what I said. So I don't believe you.
No, but okay, because, granted, I pride myself in being someone that can be angry, but can...
Leah, that is impossible.
No.
But I heard it, I'm like, she's lying.
No, but I can be objective. Like, I always give, like, credit where it's due. Okay. And I believe in doing things just honestly. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I can be upset, but as long as I'm not... You know, it's like a parent, like, you know, like, you come home from work and you just had a bad day and you just, like, beat your kid's ass just because that's like being a shitty parent, right? For sure. But, like, disciplining your child in some sort of way because you genuinely care and you want to make things better. Like, I feel like I'm that parent, or that, in that, if we were to put it in that, like, type of thing. So it's like, I can be upset, but I'm not gonna like,
take it out for no reason.
Yeah, or completely burn a bridge or take it to a place that there's no coming back from.
Okay.
If, you know what I mean, if something isn't that important to me. But if it's not, I mean, then I might. But no, but I value, I think everything and everyone serves a purpose. Even if it's just to like motivate me to write a song. So everything serves a purpose, and I think everyone and everything is important in its own little way.
Capacity.
So, yeah. So I feel like my mind and soul will still be intact, like Chile, like it's woosah.
What's your sign again?
I'm an Aquarius. So okay, I had read this somewhere, right? And I felt like I was like, oh yes, that's me. That's how I do. That's how I do.
Okay.
And it was basically like, you know, because Aquarians are air signs, and we see things from like a bird's eye view. So it's like the bigger picture. So we tend to be not very like emotional. We don't lead with our emotions. Yeah, we lead with like our logic, because we can see like, right, the whole bigger. I'm seeing things from all the way up here, so I see everything. Yeah. So I'm not just moving by my emotions, like, because I don't know, like it's just like I look at things as the bigger picture rather than just what's in front of me at that very moment. Okay. So I think that tends to keep me level-headed. I'm also a Libra moon. So I tend to do I tend to do a lot of scaling.
I'm a Libra rising.
Okay,
yeah. I'm a Leo though, so we're opposites.
Yes.
We're polar
no,
opposites,
that's totally cool. My best friend is a Leo.
Yeah, we get along.
Yes.
We get along. I love that. What's your rising?
Virgo.
Oh. Oh, sis. You got a lot going on over there.
Yeah. So it's like a little bit of perfectionist in there too. Like a little bit of...
You have a lot going on. That is really funny. But I love the fact that you got to sit with Missy and that she gave you that gem. What else did she, like, or what else did you pick up while you're with her? Because that, I mean, like, you're one of the artists who are heavy into creatives. Visuals is always going to hit. You know what I mean? That's important. I feel like Missy is that too. So the fact that y'all got to connect, I'm like, whoa. I want to know what that looks like.
I mean... It was really cool. There was a lot of, I think Daffy had actually like posted it around that time, you know, like that meme with the two Spider-Mans. And they're like looking at each other like. So it kind of felt a lot like that, because there was even moments where she was talking about how she doesn't let like people see her record. Like she'll like, you know, all right, like everybody get out or whatever. But like she'll do her own thing like in private. Okay. And I'm the same way, like, and the boys will tell you like Dante and Chad, like they'll tell you like I will go in the closet somewhere, I would disappear, like, and come back with what I did. Like, okay, what do we think of this? I don't know, but there was a lot of, like, little things like that, and just the way she was talking, like we would have moments, like, while she would say certain things that I would say, or that I've said, like, so many times, and we just all look at each other like,
this is weird.
Say that? Yeah. I say that all the time. Like, so, yeah, it was a lot of that. It felt really good to know that, like, someone that I admire and look up to, you know, and have looked up to for so long, views things, or at least creatively, in a similar way that I do. So that was like, I don't know, that felt really good, and I was like, wow, okay, like, I'm not crazy, I'm not weird.
You're not crazy,
right? Like, I'm not crazy, and you know, because that's another thing. Like, I know. That was another adjusting kind of thing, like when I first got signed, with like kind of explaining like, guys, I don't like to just be in the studio like recording in front of everybody, and it's like, I know that's weird, and I felt very weird, like I felt like a weirdo.
The label's looking like, wait, we want to watch you record.
And I get that, and it's also like, you know, well, how are we gonna get you to collaborate with people, and you know, so I've been, you know, kind of like finding creative ways to like, you know, get around that. But I did feel very strange about that. But then when, like, Missy was like, oh, no, like, no one's ever seen me record. And it's like, bitch, what? Like, you've been here for how long? Like, no one's ever seen you record?
That's hilarious.
Okay, so it can be done. Yeah. All right, cool, whatever. So whatever works.
Who are some people that you want to collab with?
Oh, man. I've got me a little list. I'll say this, and this is in no particular order because I want to work with all these people equally. Mm-hmm. But Tyler, the Creator.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, Tizo Touchdown. Tia Corinne.
Yo, you and Tia Corinne would go so stupid.
I love Tia. I've been a fan of Tia's like for a long time. So I'm really glad she's just now like being seen and people are like finally like hearing her.
Yeah.
Because I've been rooting for her on the silence for a long time and talking about it. They're like, who's Tia Corinne? I'm like, Tia Corinne! Like, you don't know?
I
like,
love that.
Oh my God. So yeah, you know, whenever it works, you know what I mean? I'm all about like things just happening organically in the way they should. So, you know, at some point.
Those are fire. Those three alone, I'm like, yeah, those would
and
total sense.
And Duke Deuce, I want to work with Duke Deuce too.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a lot of moving.
But see, because I like making bops. You feel me? So like, it's just like anything fun, boppy, slappy, and I think all of those artists, they have their own just like unique thing going on, and that's something that I like. They don't look or sound like anybody else, and I and love you are that. Like that too. Yeah, and I really like that. So yeah.
You know, I will say, off of like, hello, artwork versus what I actually heard, two different things of what I thought. Like, I was thinking I was about to get something like Lady Gaga, but then I got like beautiful R&B. Fucked my head up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Fucked my head up. But all right, so let's get into Need to Know. I was like, damn, is this, first of all, is that a real story?
Yes and no. For me, so okay, sometimes I do blendings between like my actual experience and the experiences like maybe my friends or somebody's going through. So it was a kind of a blending.
What I wrote in my notes, I mean, I could say the verse, but it was the getting pussy twice a night must be nice. I was like, damn, is she dealing with a Nigerian man?
Oh my gosh,
that's what I thought, and I needed to know.
No,
actually. Not a Nigerian.
He was not a Nigerian.
Okay.
No.
Niggas gonna nig no matter the niggas gonna nig no matter the ethnicity, but I just had to ask.
Okay.
I just had to ask.
But no, he was not a Nigerian.
Was he a Staten Island man?
He was a Staten Island man.
No! Keep them over there on the island.
Listen. You know, you go through things.
you go through things and you grow through things.
Absolutely.
And speaking of go, Left Right Go is my favorite one on there. This song just screams, Mom, I am a rich man. You know what I mean? You see that meme on like Pinterest and stuff like that. So that's why I fuck with it, because it's like, I got me.
Yeah.
But talk to me about that record.
So, yeah, it was just like, it was one of those self pick-me-up songs. So I kind of wrote it from the perspective of like my higher self kind of talking to myself. So there's a lot of this, you hear in the vocals is like a back and forth, kind of like a swinging or whatever. And it's kind of like me whispering into my head, like, bitch, get up and like do it. Like, stop. And it's like, yeah, you've taken blows and, you know, people have knocked you down, maybe smacked you around a few times or whatever. But whatever you feel like they did to you or took from you or whatever, like, okay, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Like, you know, get up and keep moving. You know, put one foot in front of the other and just keep going. And, yeah, that's really where that song kind of came from. So, I think it was Daffy that actually sent me the beginnings of that beat, because what they'll do is like they'll send me like beats, but it's kind of like skeletons, and then we end up like building on them. So what it was when he sent it to me is like totally not what it ended up being entirely, but it still had that you know, that kind of like marching feel and this like whistle in it and these like, you know, drumline drums, and I was like, I just heard it like right away. It was like left, right, left, and then it just kind of like spiraled from there. It just became like this really, I don't know, like motivational thing.
Like a pick me up.
Yeah. And I knew it was like I mean, I liked it, I loved it, but I knew it was special when I played the final like finished version from my best friend, and the bridge started. She started crying.
No.
And I mean, but like she was just like touched by it, and she was also kind of like going through something at the time of just like, you know, like figuring things out, and things started falling into place for her and whatever. And it was just, and she had heard the version before or whatever, like the rough version. So she was like, she already liked the record, but once she heard everything kind of put together, like the way that it ended up being, yeah, she got like really emotional and stuff, and I was just like, wow, like, okay, like, this is gonna like do something to people, like, cause she like, and you know what I mean, like, and I love that. I like making music that is motivational and inspirational. I feel like most of music is only talks about like 2 to 3 subjects, which is like, you know, fucking money, being in a club, getting money, and all that. Which, mind you, I do. Like, okay, yes. I do all these things in life, and there's a time and a place, and I love, you know. Listen, you know, I was at an event not too long ago, Big Frida. Okay, I was shaking my ass all over the place. Okay, yes. But I don't do that 24 hours a day, like every moment, every second of my life. So I think having, I like being an artist that can provide people with other subject matter and things to get into.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Very limited out here. And I will say, this was my best friend. Like, when your project dropped, she sent me this, like, oh my gosh, she snapped. Wow. She sent me Left, Right, Go.
Okay, period.
Yeah, so I think that one's really resonating.
Something special with that one.
It's something. A little razzle-dazzle in that.
A little razzle-dazzle, yes.
But I will say, I saw a tweet about women knowing their role. It was actually a woman saying this, how women don't know their role, and that's the problem with, like, the families and stuff like that. And I just wanted to hear your take on it, because pretty much your project is, like, when I listen to it, it's like putting a battery in my back for me to feel like I got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what's your take on, I guess, alpha women?
I think women of all sorts, of any woman, period, I think should have the choice to be whatever woman that they want to be. If you feel and are confident, or even aspire to be alpha female, you want to run your own business or whatever, you want to go to school, you want to whatever, you got kids, you got to take care of, you got to do what you have to do, you know, like, you should feel like, and you should know that you can do that. You absolutely can do that. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to lead a more simplistic life, or a traditional life where you want the man to kind of, you know, take head of the household, and you feel comfortable and happy with that, then live that life. Like, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that either. I think it gets weird when people try to push on each other
tradition,
their thing, because tradition could work for some women, and tradition doesn't work for every woman, and that's okay. I think that's the thing. It's like, you know, and also I think it for me, like, for instance, I've been very headstrong and independent, take care of myself, and, you know, I'm paying the bill, or I'm paying half the bill, and it's or whatever. It's like, you know, if we going out or whatever, you know, like, and being very strong in that. But I think
Aquarius,
total
Aquarius,
but I think, you know, come the day or something, you know, perhaps there is a man out there that, you know, could kind of step in as an alpha, and maybe I could chill with certain things and just worry about being a lady. You know what I mean? And you know, but I don't know.
Moral of the story is, it's gonna take the right nigga to sit an alpha woman down.
Exactly. Period. Period. And right. I think if you are, as a woman, if you are going to essentially submit, and I don't think submit is like a bad word, but I think if you're going to kind of play a traditional role, as long as that it's the right man to do that with, and he's taking care of you, you know what I mean, and you don't have nothing to worry about, and he's treating you right and respecting you, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, I agree. Now, the most interesting record on the project is how you ended it with Psycho Bitch. I was like, Laya, what is going on? You're not supposed to tell these Negroes how we really
Listen.
Yeah. No, but honestly, I wrote down Digmatized Anthem. I do like a score sheet. Like, okay, this is this. But I wrote for this Digmatized Anthem. Yeah.
I actually wrote that about someone that I had a crush on for so long that, like, I never actually met, and, like,
that you never actually met.
Yes, and that notion of this person doesn't know I exist, has no clue, no idea. It made me feel like a psycho. I was like, am I psycho? Am I crazy? I think I might be a little off, because, like, this person has no idea to this day. Doesn't know.
You still don't know him?
They have no idea who I am, And nor do they know, of course. Obviously,
so, girl, this is your way of writing a record for your crush.
That was, it was like, it was like this weird twisted fantasy where it's like, maybe if we got stuck in an elevator together or something, or, and they're like, you know, just bag over his head and like bring him to the back and like,
you
I like you so much, you know, like, so I thought just the idea of me even liking somebody like that was weird and a little bit psychotic. So that's where the song kind of came from.
I want you to know you definitely deserve an anime, okay? Because your world is hilarious. Now we're going to do a fill in the blank game.
Oh my gosh.
The older I get, the less I blank.
The older I get, the less I cry. I guess.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I cry about the same amount, honestly. I'm a crybaby. I'm a Cancer moon.
Oh, yeah.
But I ain't crying out loud. I cry in the shower. You don't even know when I'm crying. I can have guests. I go in the shower, cry, come out.
I feel like the older I get, like, the more just unfazed I'm going to be by life. So, like, I'm be like, not... I'm not very emotional now.
Yes, of course you're not.
That's why I feel like the older I get, it's just going to get more and more solid. Like, my tear ducts are just going to dry up. Like, y'all bitches do not feel that.
That's hilarious. All right, understood. I can't believe I actually blinked when I was younger.
Okay. This is hilarious. Okay. I have always had really big feet, right?
Okay, La Cienega.
Yes. And they used to call me that,
too. They look normal.
They look normal now. I don't know. Maybe I grew into them. But they were always really big. And when I was younger, right, because they used to flame me for having really big feet. So then I would get, like, either smaller shoes or, like, my cousin would, like, give me, like whatever extra shoes because they would be spoiled and have, like, old brand new shoes all the time and whatever. But they weren't my size. I used to shove my feet into these tinier shoes so that way it wouldn't make fun of me at school.
No.
And so I can't believe, that when I was younger, I used to really shove my feet into tiny shoes. And for the sake, for other people's
so they wouldn't their opinions. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't do that now. And
what size are you?
I'm a 10/11 depending on the shoe.
Are you really?
Women's, yep.
Girl, that does not look like no 10 or an 11.
Yes. And you know what's crazy though? Apparently, like there's a million bitches in the world that got a 10/11 because when I try to buy cool shoes. They always sold out in my size first. So I'm like, so apparently, I thought I was like a Sasquatch. Yeah. But apparently every bitch in the world is a Sasquatch because, or at least all the girls that have my taste in shoes.
For sure.
The first things is to be sold out. Shout out Dolls Co. because I love shopping on Dolls Co. for shoes and they always sell out.
So y'all need to send Laya a package in her size.
Or double stock size 10 and 11, y'all.
That's crazy.
But anyway, I can't believe I used to do that as a kid.
That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
Well, I love that you outgrew that. I'm a little embarrassed by the fact that I know so little about blank.
Anime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say that to say because I made a song about Sailor Moon and then, granted, I mean, I watched Sailor Moon. But I watched, like, I know Sailor Moon. Like, I know Sailor Moon and, like, I watched, like, Death Note. Okay. But, like, I made a song because I was having fun. This is during the pandemic when I wrote it. And I just was like, let me go back and watch Sailor Moon. I haven't seen it since I was, like, a babe. So, like, I went through the whole thing and then just, like, was having fun. Just made a song called Sailor Moon. And then everyone's like, oh, she's a super anime head. I love her because she loves anime. And I was like, like, I like Sailor Moon, but I don't know, like, a whole lot. So, like, people start going, like, crazy talking to me about anime. And I'm like, what?
You're like, I'm new to anime, too. I started during the pandemic. Okay. Really, really fuck with it, though. I have a little more shows in than you do.
Okay.
But you should lean into that. Because even down to, like, some of your aesthetics gives very much, what's it called? Cosplay.
And I like that. Like, I think it's just, like, I haven't found, right, like, the show. Or, like, the storyline that, like, I'm into. Like Death Note totally had me hooked front to back. Like, I finished that. I watched that maybe, like,
Did you try Attack on Titan?
No.
You gotta try it. That's probably one of the best ones that's, like, current right now.
Okay.
And you didn't try, what's the other one that everybody's just been watching? It's on Netflix.
Yeah, please.
Demon Slayer.
No, okay.
That one was it. That one didn't have me like all indulged like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send
Okay, yeah. Send me some good ones.
From time to time, it's good to do blank.
Just fucking shut up.
America. That's it.
Like, really. I think sometimes, like, I don't know, this is just me, like, sometimes I think people just talk too much. And I mean, like, even just, like, publicly, socially, like, or it's like, granted, you got something to say, by all means say it. But sometimes, like, you don't even have nothing to, you're just talking. Like, just be quiet. I think it's nice sometimes. Just shut up.
Shut up. I like that. That's a good public service announcement. We need to do, like, public service announcements from We Need to Talk, Laya. Sometimes
shut up.
Yeah. Oh, do that again. So I'm not in it.
Right. Okay. Well, what do I want them to do? Shut up.
I love that. All right. I made a complete fool of myself when I blinked.
When I doubted myself. Period. I think the key to things, when things started moving for me, was when I just stopped like pitying myself and doubting myself, and I stopped comparing myself or the successes or opportunities between me and other people or whatever. It was like, like I would look at other people or other artists that I liked, but I'd be like, well, I mean, that's cool, but like, what about, I'm fire or whatever. And then it was like, like that voice in my head, like on Left, Right, Go. And it was like, ambition, what you doing to let them know that you fire? Like, what have you been doing?
I like that.
And it was kind of, I had a moment like that where it was like, yeah, what am I doing to let them know that I'm cool? Okay. And then I think, yeah, once I kind of like shook that off, and I feel like thinking like that is like, it's kind of like a disease. Like, it's like, it will really eat you up.
It is.
It will eat you up. So I think it not only just like not doubt yourself, but like, all right, keep going. If that didn't work too well, do another one. Do it again and keep going. So yeah, I felt really foolish when I realized that I was like doubting myself.
I love that.
Yeah.
You overcame that.
Mm-hmm.
How could you? My personality trait is blank.
I
feel like
snort. No, no, but my personality trait.
Daffy, what's her personality trait?
Right, y'all. I think y'all should answer this because I feel like, like if you gave me one.
Yeah.
What? That's the problem. It's so many.
Yeah, in a great way.
She has too many personalities. She's a Gemini at heart.
Yeah. It's too many. I was like, she's amazing.
All right. Well, okay. Awesome is my personality trait. That's right. Just like that.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll take.
I don't know. Yeah.
You said what?
Y'all terrible.
Sometimes I look back at my life and blank.
Sometimes I look back at my life and I feel thankful. I feel really thankful and grateful. I spent almost all of my, like, I guess adult working life until I was doing this professionally, like working in service or, like as a waitress or, a hostess or bottle girl or whatever. And always.
Not bottle girl Laya.
Yeah, I did a little one too. But yeah, I think like having those experiences, and also even just like growing up in the hood and like being, I guess, essentially like poor, like we didn't and now that I look at it, I realize how poor we were. But it's like, no, but
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at how you said it.
Because it's like, I think, especially now in the past couple years, I've been traveling, doing all this stuff, and, you start doing, Hollywood bougie stuff, and then you start seeing Hollywood bougie shit, and you go, wow. And then I go back home, and I go, this place is ghetto. Like, this shit is so ghetto. Like, my God. I didn't realize how ghetto it was here. Yeah. But I look back at all of that, all those experiences, and and working service jobs and always being yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and living and working in New York City and growing up on taking the train and the bus and looking at rats and all that stuff, and yeah, it's crazy, but I look back at it and I'm thankful for it because as I transition and go into this new phase of my life and all this Hollywood bougie shit, I can truly appreciate it. And I respect, like I was saying earlier, I feel like everyone is important. Yeah. Like when I go play anywhere, somebody holds the door open for me, oh my God, thank you. Pull out my chair, you came to pour me some water, thank you. Yeah. Like, thank you so much. Because I used to be you. I used to do that. Or I used to, and I know what that feels like. And sometimes just being treated like a person, and I feel like I've been on the receiving end of people in the higher ups or people with money and and the way they kind of live a life and the way they tend to treat other people without realizing. I think when I look back at my life and just all the experiences that I've had, I'm grateful for them and where I'm taking those experiences with me where I'm going, and I feel like it makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's dope. I love that.
Thank you.
We love seeing you transition, man.
Thanks.
Yes. I've been seeing it for a few years now. It's really dope.
Thank you.
You deserve everything good that's coming to you. Bet that out now.
Period.
Make sure you guys run it up. Shout out your grandma. Let everybody know where they can follow you.
You can follow me on anything, on the socials, on any platform at Laya Face. That's Laya Face, not Layla, not Laya, not anything else. Laya Face.
Bet that out now.
Bet that out now. It's already in your phone.
Yes.
It's already in your phone. Pull it up and turn it up. Thank you.
Until next time, guys. Peace.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that lovely conversation. You already know we need to talk for all your exclusive interviews with your favorite artists, celebrities, influencers, etc. Now, if you guys haven't already, make sure you drop a comment. Show me some love. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. I'm open to criticism. And also, please, whatever you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the latest content that drops when it drops.